Alright, so this is Jon and Axel, NYC Geek Society, and we just watched the PlayStation
We
E3
just got
conference.
our minds blown.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Wow. So where to start? Alright, Sean Layden, you're in some kind of tent. This is like a really kind of interesting, smaller atmosphere. And then they have Gustavo,
Santovera.
yeah, who does the music to Last of Us, and he plays live.
Oh, he killed that banjo.
And oh my god, it was so beautiful.
Yeah.
And then they start showing us gameplay demo / trailer of Last of Us 2, and it starts in like the same tent that we're in.
Yeah, like as soon as there was like a dance party going on in the game in the same exact setting that the audience was in.
It was stunning, literally stunning.
Because like the first time you saw the conference, you're kind of like, why are they in this tent? And they kept mentioning like, oh, it's like a church, you know, welcome to your holy awakening or whatever. And I was like, what are they doing with this? And the sound was kind of off. And I'm like, I don't know, Sony sounds like they're off their game this time. But man, was I wrong. So it starts out with Ellie and Deanna.
You got the name.
Yeah, I got the name from the intermission that we'll get to in a minute. Dancing together in this like.
Well, first of all, like she's watching this ex-girlfriend or something. It seems. Dancing with some guy, or she like romantic interest, dancing with some guy on the dance floor. Another guy that she seems to be friends with comes up and starts talking to her. There is mention of Joel as her old man. It seems that he's getting like,
but we still
paranoid.
Haven't seen
Joel,
Joel,
which is weird. I wonder why. Is it just like they're just saving it for some reason?
I feel like they're just saving him for later, just to keep the ball rolling, because you know. Last of Us isn't going to come out for quite some time.
Yeah, there's still no release date. But anyway, so then to the gameplay footage. First of all, like, tell them what you said, like when we were watching it, that you thought.
Oh, I forgot what I said.
I'll speak for you. You said that you don't think that this is going to be on the PS4.
Right. Yeah, this game definitely looks like a next-gen game, but at the same time, The Last of Us came at the tail end of the PS3 era.
Yeah.
And that looked like one of the most incredible games at the time, and we didn't think like that type of game would be possible on the current gen consoles of that time.
Yeah, and what I said too is that like if anyone could make the PS4 look that good, it would be Naughty Dog.
Yeah, and I could see this being one of those games that's sort of a swan song.
Yeah, because the details were like nothing else looks like that. Like you saw
the mud,
frogs just hopping around. And you saw like the water over the mud, and it looked so detailed and so real. Like something, I don't know how to describe this, but you know, like in most games where you're in like hiding in long grass, you start to get like this transparent effect where like looks like you can just see through.
You're seeing through the grass,
but here that wasn't there. Like it just stayed solid and intact.
Yeah,
and I've never seen that before.
They didn't spare any details on this trailer.
And just that animation of, like, the combat. Mm-hmm. And again, like, you know, with the original Last of Us, how uncomfortable it felt when you were killing a guy because it was so intimate in your face. It's even more intimate now. Like, you just see more details in their faces.
You see their guts coming out.
And
Ellie cuts the guy's throat.
But you see, like, their humanity before you kill them.
You do feel that. It's just like, I don't know, during the trailer, I was kind of like, Ellie.
Yeah.
Shit.
But that's
like, these aren't clickers. Like, these are just people.
But I don't know about you, but it's just like, for me, tell me if you feel the same. It's like, I already love Ellie so much. Like, I can't ever fully see her as a monster, like that. Like, if I never played The Last of Us and saw this, I'd be like, what the hell is wrong with this person? Mm-hmm. But I care about Ellie on such a deep level, like...
So, like, in any other video game, we kind of feel like, she's kind of just, like, killing people like any other... But you care about this character so much that it makes it more real.
Yeah. But what were you going to say about the girl, dancing with the girl?
Nothing much, actually. I wanted to get into the combat.
Well, what I thought was very interesting was the transition where she's on the dance floor with this girl, and she says, "Everyone's looking at you," and then the girl says back to Ellie, "Oh, maybe they're looking at you," and she says, "No, they're not looking at me," and she's like, "Well, maybe they're intimidated by you," and she says, "I'm just a girl. There's no reason to be scared of me." And she said, "I think people should be terrified of you."
And that's when they put to the
transition, like of her choking some guy and slitting his neck.
I'm really
and curious. Then it comes back after that brutal gameplay of like
back to the dads
and the kissing. They're kissing, and she says, "You see, they should be terrified." And like Ellie smiles. And it's like, oh my god, like nothing punches as hard in the heart as like. That, yeah. And like I just kind of like at the start of the conference, like just seeing Gustavo play and then that beautiful gameplay demo. Like I said, like Sony somehow always is the classiest. It feels like like they're the deepest in their conferences and show you like, no, we're video games and everyone else is showing video games, but.
We want to immerse you
this
in
is
the
art.
World.
This is art. This has depth. This has meaning. And I haven't seen that from any of the other conferences, to be honest,
I mean, every other conference kind of just felt like the same old stuff that we usually see. Not that that's a bad thing at all. I mean, this is about the games, but with Sony, they want to immerse you in the worlds that they created. And actually, initially, I thought that they were going to move to like 4 venues for the 4 main games that they were showing.
So yeah, let's talk about that. Talk about the intermission.
Oh yeah, so Sony did like some sort of odd thing where they moved the audience from this tent that was like the setting of the Last of Us 2 trailer to a new venue, and I don't think I've ever seen that during a video game conference once. And they were kind of conducting their own interviews with each other. They were like, "Wow, look at these games! Like, wasn't that Last of Us 2 trailer incredible? Yeah. Let's show you some new VR games." So they presented like a few new VR games, and also they said that Black Ops 3 was coming to PS Plus for free. I
don't think there was any new VR game. They showed like the road to E3 stuff that they were showing all week, so they kind of gave a review of that. They mentioned that there's going to be a new game plus mode for God of War at some point. I don't think they said when.
Yeah. And Destiny 2, there's going to be some DLC for that.
Right. But yeah, like that they moved to another venue is so bizarre. And it starts out with another musical introduction, but this time for Ghost of Tsushima. And which is the game by Sucker Punch, the guys who made Infamous.
Slat Fox.
Did you want to talk about that?
Yeah, like immediately when the trailer started, you just saw these fields of wheat and the leaves falling on the ground, these beautiful red leaves, and there was like a sunset happening in the background. You kind of have to see it for yourself, but I don't think I've seen such a fantastic display of, I don't know, just like the fall. And
yeah, like I think maybe what you're trying to say is like what I was thinking too, of like just like motion, like wind. Mm. It's a weird thing to say. Again, like Axel's right, you kind of have to see it, but just like the way that the leaves are falling and the grass was blowing, and like it just felt like realistic wind.
Like,
I don't know how to
like
say it, but
they
such
really
a moody thing.
like they really captured the essence of natural beauty. Like, I don't know, maybe some of you go hiking sometimes and you could feel that, like when no one's speaking and you feel the wind blow and you're just watching the trees move. Like it's that sort of feeling. Like, it felt very real.
Yeah, it's like we discussed this. I don't remember when, but just I feel like what this generation will be remembered for is not so much as a high step in graphical fidelity, because the transition from like PS3 to PS4 wasn't that big for the kind of like resolution and 3D models, but more it's about physics and colors and lighting. That's what really popped to me in this trailer of just, again, the way that the wind blew and the red leaves and just the grass and like the animation as well. Like, I really loved like the guy when he was fighting, his footing. Like you saw his footing kind of move like you would in a samurai film.
Yeah, they got those like little details down, and I just love the slick moves. I remember there's this one point in the trailer where his companion, this lady friend, would end up like shooting an arrow in this guy, and he was still living, and he was just like, "We must move," and then like stab the guy like so casually, and like wipe the blood off the sword.
What did you think about, though? Like, there didn't seem to be any HUD, heads up display.
I mean,
you think that's real?
Yeah, I think that's real because, I mean, look at the trailer. It's just so gorgeous. It feels like it would be kind of a waste.
You don't
of
think
space.
there would be any HUD, like how what even like switching weapons?
I mean, look at Hellblade. That didn't have a HUD either.
Yeah, but you only really have like one weapon, unless you think that.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to wait and see how complex the battle system is and how intuitive they make it to players. And maybe it won't be that difficult to control, but it'll have some depth to it. We just don't know yet. We haven't seen the battle system or anything like that. It was mostly a visual presentation.
Yeah, also what's kind of frustrating is like there were no real like not many like release dates through this conference. Like, there's no release date for Last of Us 2 or Ghost of Tsushima. Again, which is kind of making us think, is this PS4 or is this PS5 or both? Like, what are we looking at here?
Well, I don't know. It gets me excited. So.
Well, yeah. I wonder, like, why aren't there any release? Yeah. Like, not even a year. I don't know. You don't think that that's a little strange to see something that seems that far along in development? Or do you think that that's something they'll announce more? Sorry.
Yeah.
Sirens.
Someone's getting arrested outside. Sorry about that.
Oh my god. So, do you think, what was I going to say? Shoot.
It's okay.
What was I saying? Oh, do you think that that would be announced maybe at the PlayStation Experience at the end of the year?
I mean, I hope so. If not, then we know this game is probably going to come out in 2020 or something farther along than that. Maybe PS5, who knows?
So then they had like those Dreams interstitials, like Made in Dreams.
I mean, it was all throughout the conference, but
again, like, why doesn't that have a release date? That game was supposed to come out again like 3 or 4 years ago, and like we know so little about it. So that's kind of frustrating, I think, too. What I really want to, well, actually, there was another game for what I really want to get to, but Control by Remedy 2019. That actually got a year, at least. And that looked awesome. It looked a lot like Quantum Break to me, which, of course, is an Xbox.
You know what's funny? I recognized it based off of
Their
Max
style.
Payne.
Yeah.
Maybe it's their same style. I haven't really played like the Alan Wake or Quantum Break.
Alan Wake is one of my favorite games. I love that game. Quantum Break was great, but it was a little bit of a disappointment, story-wise, and a little clunky. But
I don't know. This game kind of has like Inception / Matrix kind of feel.
Well,
like,
so did Quantum Break. That's how I recognized it. But I'm really excited. More Remedy, the better, you know?
I think it's going to be good.
But Resident Evil 2. January 29th, I think they said. So that's not too far away.
John, relax. It's just Resident Evil 2.
Oh, shut your face hole.
That game already came out.
Oh,
No
my
one
God.
cares.
Like,
I'm just kidding. I was so excited.
3 years. And we knew nothing, no information at all. Just a few leaks here and there. Sometimes it'd be like, yeah, we're still making it. We think. I don't know. And it looks incredible. I was freaking out. I'm like, what is this mouse simulator or rat simulator?
We're thinking like it's we thought it might have been Death Stranding for a second. Like, some weird shit.
And then like all of a sudden you see like a zombie and I'm like, it's it. This is it. And then you see a young Leon Scott Kennedy and Claire and, you know, Marvin the cop and everybody's there. And I'm like freaking out. They also said that it's going to be over the shoulder. So I'm okay with that. I probably would have preferred like
keeping it like the original survival horror.
Well, static camera angles and the tank controls. I kind of love that stuff. Like, and I think that it can work because they did that with the remastered, and it's still sold. But
it's still
over the shoulder, that's second best to me. I wouldn't have wanted first person.
No,
I want to be able to see these characters because I love them.
But yeah, that game looked so freaking incredible.
Then your boys, Rick and Morty people.
Trevor Saves the Universe.
Oh yeah, right.
So this is gonna be like a PS4 and a VR game. It looks super silly and random. I don't know that there was this character playing it in the bathtub, and he's like, "I'm just a character playing in the bathtub. Don't mind me." I don't know. It's weird. It's Rick and Morty type humor, and I don't know. You either find it funny or really stupid. I think John finds it really stupid, but
and you find it really funny. No, it seemed pretty funny though.
Kingdom Hearts 3. Oh,
again. We hear nothing about it for years, and now this year we hear it every like 5 seconds.
But they revealed some new footage of the Pirates of the Caribbean world, and that looked freaking incredible. At first I was blown away by like the Jack Sparrow model. I was like, "Oh, this looks pretty realistic."
Is it weird to you? Like that's obviously not Johnny Depp's voice.
Yeah, it was a little disappointing that it wasn't Johnny Depp.
I mean, I don't think it's any of the voice actors originally.
No,
they typically don't get those, but it was noticeable.
Yeah, that'd be too expensive. I mean, the game itself is it probably cost them a fortune. So, I mean, they had like these ship battle scenes and
remind me of Assassin's Creed 4. You know,
same like graphical fidelity or.
Well, just
this
like
must have been better.
The ship battles, I mean, you know, the way that it was.
Yeah, we'll just throw in Assassin's Creed into Kingdom Hearts. Why not? We can afford it. I don't know. I found that, like, really cool. But other than that, it was just pretty much like the footage that we've seen before. It's too late now.
And then they showed a PS4 Pro Special Edition Kingdom Hearts thing that has all of the games. Is it packed in, like downloaded?
I thought that they were saying that there was gonna be a version of the game that had like all the. Well, maybe that'll happen too, like. All the games packed into one. You don't have to buy the console. Maybe there's gonna be like a special edition of the game that has all the games, like a Kingdom Hearts.
You can just download all the games.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, they already have like 2 or 3 compilations, I think, on the PS4.
Yeah, but if you could get them all in one, that'd be pretty cool, John.
I thought that they were saying that you could get it if you got the special edition PS4 Pro, that it would come with all the games on it.
Well, either way, it's pretty cool. But I already have a PS4, so I just want it my way, John. All right, it's your favorite game next.
So Death Stranding. Again, I don't know.
Babies.
I don't know what's happening. Every time I see it, I get more and more excited, and I know less and less, it seems. But they showed gameplay. And there was some sneaking going on that looked all like Crouch Solid Snake-ish.
Yeah, they had some flashlight thing that would
Well, like the sonar thing.
Yeah. But there was some serious Psycho Mantis vibes.
Oh yeah, I mean we already kind of knew that from the first trailer too. We got those invisible kind of floating guys.
Mm-hmm.
Seems to be a lot of climbing, which is interesting, and I mean, it seems to be like a delivery man. He said something about I just make deliveries. He seems to be carrying kind of a backpack.
Yeah, he has a backpack, but there was also this scene where he was carrying what seemed to be a body or a mummified body in one of the scenes. Don't look at me for explanations. I don't freaking know.
And he made something, or somebody made mention that time fast forwards when the rain touches something, which I think they had talked about before, but it was interesting to see it actually talked about in the trailer. The main character's name was Sam. I couldn't remember if we had his name before. I think maybe in the last trailer. And they made comment too of what was discussed before, that I think when you die in the last trailer they showed was actual gameplay where you kind of go underwater and you have to you come back to life, but whatever was destroyed around you stays destroyed. So they said to Sam, it was if you die you'll be fine if you don't stop them from destroying this place, but the place will still be destroyed. So you still have to stop them. It'll be a crater. So that's interesting.
And there's also these weird interstitials.
Also, Death Stranding, still no release date at all.
Yeah.
So I still wonder when that's going. But it seemed pretty far along at this point. You definitely got a better idea of the open world and what that might look like.
But do you have any idea of what they were talking about when they said, give me your hand in life, give me your hand in death, give me your hand in flesh, and give me your hand in spirit?
It just sounds like very Kojima stuff. Also, what's really fascinating is Lindsay Wagner, the original Bionic Woman, is in the game.
Because why not?
Because why not? That's awesome, man.
Nostalgia.
So yeah, let's keep rolling though. Neo 2.
Neo 2.
I don't know. I didn't play Neo. Did you?
I didn't play Neo either. But
all right. So if you're a Neo fan, that's for you. All right. Then Mr. Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Peter Spider-Man.
I don't know too much about the Spider-Man universe, but it looks like it had a lot of cool villains in there.
Yeah, I caught Electro,
Rhino,
Scorpion,
and
Vulture. Yeah.
And
that's by, what's the name of the company?
Insomniac?
Insomniac, yeah, right?
Yeah.
They're the guys that did Sunset Overdrive, what's it, Ratchet and Clank, right?
Yes. Resistance as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But basically with Ratchet and Clank and Sunset Overdrive, we know that they make games that feel good and flow really well, and you can totally see that here. It just the movement, how everything kind of flowed into each other, just was really beautiful, and I think this is what people probably want from a Spider-Man game.
And I was saying during the conference, if you're 14 years old right now, you're so fucking lucky. I wish I was a kid playing these games just because I'd have all the time in the world.
Yeah, you don't have to work. It's the summer. Well, I don't know. We don't know when these games are coming out, actually. They might come out by the time these guys aren't kids anymore. I don't know. And then it was kind of weird how it ended. because then it went back to that weird commentary intermission people. But then they announced a new VR game from Software called, what was it called? Deracine? We don't know what it is. Something about fairies.
It kind of threw me off because From Software is all about the blood and violence. And,
Dark Souls.
And this actually sounds like it, it has like a little bit of heart.
But then we thought it was over after that because then they were just going to talk more about Spider-Man. And I guess it's just our way of like owning the conversation maybe. Unless we just missed a bunch of stuff by tuning out early. I hope not. But, yeah, man, I'm just going to watch The Last of Us 2 and Resident Evil 2 trailers for another 5 billion times, I think, tonight.
Yeah, the sound was kind of messed up during the Last of Us trailer.
Yeah, it's kind of annoying. But, what are you going to do? They were in, like, a church tent. But yeah, so again, we got the Square reactions. We got Microsoft reactions. We got Bethesda reactions. We got EA reactions. We still gotta do Ubisoft. We know that happened today, but we didn't have time to do it
because we gotta work.
So look for that probably tomorrow morning at some point. But then tomorrow is Nintendo Direct.
I'm so excited about that.
And then after that, there's going to be a bunch of like panels throughout the next 3 days that we're going to have a bunch of reactions to. Last of Us 2 panel, and Kojima's going to be talking again with, I can never remember his name, the guy that did the King Kong movie and is going to do the Metal Gear movie. They're going to have a panel together like they did last year. Jonathan Nolan's going to be there talking about how video games influence Westworld, and there's going to be a lot of interesting stuff going on throughout the week. We're going to try to get Victor Magnus to come in and talk with us more. He's been really busy. Maybe Dom's going to be in a few videos if he could stop by. So yeah, stay tuned, and we're going to just keep talking, and hopefully we're going to drink a lot of coffee, keep up the energy. We took off from work, so that's
super really dedicated.
Cool. Yeah. So like, share, subscribe,
hit the bell,
and NYC Geek Out.
Geek out.